From erasing time itself because of pure jealousy, to ruining his entire love story over his ridiculous words, these incidents show every time Mordecai becomes a psycho. On the surface, Mordecai is the taller, calmer half of the park slacker duo, always chasing fun, video games, and of course, a quiet crush on Margaret. Yet something cold lives under that chill exterior, because when jealousy, pride, or obsession grabs the wheel, he flips into a completely different creature, calculating, ruthless, and disturbingly detached. Mordecai's first sign of crazy and heartless behavior showed up in the episode called It's Time. Not sure if y'all remember, but in the start of the episode, you could tell the coffee shop smells like burnt beans and teenage nerves. Mordecai nurses a crush on Margaret, trying his absolute hardest to express his thoughts towards her.
I was wondering, would you, like to,
So, of course, Rigby bounces in, cracks a stupid coffee joke, and Margaret actually laughs at it. Let's just say this didn't go well with Mordecai, as his smile faded instantly and his eyes looked like he had just found his next kill.
You're gonna have to excuse Mordecai here. He has a hard time trying to espresso himself.
Good one, Rigby. I'll be right back with your food, guys.
Even though he insists he's fine, every giggle feels like a needle. Bro was not letting that slide.
You're jealous.
What? No, I'm not.
Dude, you're just jealous because I made her laugh and all you do is sit like this.
Whatever. Just stay out of my way when I'm helping her move.
But things went even worse for him later, because while doing some work carrying boxes, Rigby casually asked Margaret to the zombie dinner party.
Come, because I only got 2 tickets.
Aw, maybe next time?
No, it's cool. You guys have a good time.
Okay, I'll see you at 8, Rigby.
All right, dude, I'll go to the movie with you. Just call it off with her.
This made Mordecai so jealous, and out of that jealousy, Mordecai moves like a robot. He rips out Rigby's watch battery, grabs every clock, and stuffs them all into the microwave. As a result, of course, sparks fly and glass breaks. Time itself, though, gets erased, so Rigby can't go on the date anymore.
Why do you have to be jealous all the time?
Shut up! This is all your fault! I finally get a chance to ask out Margaret, but you had to butt in and ruin everything!
No, I didn't! I just wanted to see zombie dinner party with my bro!
This even took them to another timeless dimension of void where they decided to fight each other. But Mordecai's insanity reached its peak when he was seen throwing Rigby into the void out of pure jealousy. Mordecai is horrified, immediately regrets his decisions, and desperately tries his best to fix his mistakes. Now, even though he managed to bring Rigby back eventually by asking for help from Father Time and using a reset button, it was the first instance of Mordecai acting like a complete psychopath who wouldn't think twice about turning against his best friend over a minor argument. Well, it's minor to some of us. Let's just say a best friend should never steal his friend's crush. But not to this guy. The episode earned an 8.7 out of 10 on IMDb, but someone ended up being really annoyed at Mordecai, saying he straight up murders his best friend and shrugs. How could a normal person do that? Yeah, he's got a point. But while jealousy fueled that kill, thirst for control drives the next breakdown in the episode called Jinx. In this episode, a nice shiny quarter hits the ground. Mordecai yells Jinx at the exact same second Rigby picks up the quarter.
Quarter! Jinx!
Yeah, this treasure's my pleasure. Hey!
But Mordecai claims priority, his voice flat and final as the old playground law says, no talking until your name is spoken 3 times. Even though Rigby tries to speak up, it doesn't end well. Mordecai's punch lands perfectly.
You can't talk when you're jinxed, and if you talk, you're gonna get punched. So keep your mouth shut.
Fine. Oh! In your face!
Whoa, look, dude.
That's amazing.
Things were going really bad for Rigby since it happens again and again as Rigby falls, holding his arm in pain. But Mordecai doesn't move or care at all. To him, rules are rules and he seemed to be enjoying the brutality. This left Rigby helpless. He ran for help while throwing trash cans at Benson, trying to explain his situation without words. But Mordecai appears like a shadow and hits him again on purpose.
Just say my name one more time!
And it wasn't just Benson. Pops also guessed wrong while Mordecai laughed and struck. Skips found a note and joined the case. Soon, the whole park team is after Rigby, running through bushes and halls with fists ready. Rigby hides in the bathroom, writes his name on the foggy glass, and starts to chant. But it escalated the situation as a backward demon came out and turned everyone into good zombies. Listen, it's not called a regular show for nothing. Even though Mordecai finally unjinxed Rigby and the zombies went back, you gotta admit that this whole thing wouldn't even have started if Mordecai was just being a nice guy to Rigby. In the end though, he seemed to be fine without saying sorry. This episode was amazing overall, earning a rating of 8.8 out of 10 on IMDb. And of course, a fan writes, he turns a kid's game into a beatdown squad. Zero empathy, classic sociopath move. Indicating that it's not just me who thinks that this is a little crazy. However, unlike that iron-fisted rulebook, ego inflation powers the next spiral in Cool Bikes, which aired on February 7th, 2011. Dang, we're getting old. In this episode, Benson was seen taking the duo's golf cart for slacking off and gave them old rusty bikes instead. Of course, Mordecai's pride flared because he wanted the cart back. Even though Benson just laughed it off, Mordecai's face turned to stone. He dragged Rigby to the Das Coolest store and spent all the credit on bright helmets and outfits just to look cool. However, that wasn't enough to please Benson, as he still said they looked uncool.
Hey, quit murmuring excitedly. These two are not cool. You'll never be cool, no matter how many trendy clothes you wear.
You don't know how wrong you are.
Come on, Benson. You gotta admit they do look pretty cool.
Yeah, right. I don't have to admit anything.
Instead of accepting that Benson was mad at them, Mordecai, along with Rigby, did everything they could to gain Benson's approval. But things go wrong when these random dudes arrest them for too much coolness and take them to an interstellar court.
You're under arrest.
For what?
For being too cool. Chill out!
Dude, where are we?
Witnesses begin to speak. Muscle Man nods, the shop owner reports record sales, even the mailman complains about delays. But that didn't help, since they admitted in the end that these two were actually the cool ones. However, with things going completely south, they called Benson, who finally managed to save them from a death sentence for being cool. Even though they made a narrow escape, you've got to admit that all of this happened because of Mordecai's psychopathic behavior in seeking validation from Benson. This episode got an 8.0 out of 10 on IMDb, with reviews like, he risks universal safety for a compliment, narcissistic psycho. But while Mordecai's ego nearly imploded a galaxy, raw greed starves empathy in the best burger in the world. Word spreads through the park. The all-time meet-em food truck has the world's best burger, one per person. Mordecai's mouth waters and his eyes go blank. Dude is hypnotized. But then again, Benson says they must do a week of chores first. This made both of them really angry, ultimately begging for mercy.
What about it?
You guys aren't going until you finish all your jobs.
What? We don't even have that much left to do.
Well, then I guess it won't take you that long to finish. All you have to do is mow the lawn on the frisbee field, clean the tool shed.
Still, the boys tried so hard to get to the burger truck and failed every single time because of Benson. Out of frustration, they ended up managing their hologram clones to do a favor for them while they ate burgers.
Two ultimatums!
Is that it?
Yes!
Can I get your names?
Mordecai and Rigby! Why are you guys just standing around?
But things went bad when the burgers turned on them, chasing them and slapping burgers out of their hands. Mordecai then threw rocks with perfect aim and finally destroyed them. I mean, they literally put their lives in danger fighting the holograms just for Mordecai's ego to get the burgers, which they couldn't even have because Benson was the one holding the meat. Even though they work together just to get burgers, this next example twists their entire friendship and do me a solid. Because in this episode, Rigby and Mordecai argue about a solid, and Rigby wins 10 solids, asking Mordecai to do whatever he wants. Allow me to paint the picture for you. There was a double date with a crew. Mordecai went with Margaret, Rigby was stuck with Eileen. But Rigby was making fun of Mordecai with his solids, making him feel awkward every single time. Things reached their peak though when Rigby wanted Mordecai to do a really weird dance for his last solid, and this is where things went wrong since Mordecai completely refused. And because Mordecai didn't do the solid, the wall started to crack and everyone began falling into the earth as reality started to literally erupt.
I don't care. I'm not doing it.
You have to! What are you two doing?
I told you not to abuse the solid.
However, Mordecai's ego still wouldn't let him do the solid.
It wasn't me. It was Rigby. He asked me to do one that was worth like 10 solids.
Even after Margaret begged, Mordecai still refused to bow his head, putting everyone at risk. And although Mordecai finally managed to do the solid while dancing, he ended up completely ruining his relationship with Rigby. Plus, we never even got to see the full dance. His psychopathic behavior earned the episode a solid 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb. This episode shows behind the curtain just how egoistic Mordecai can be, but it wasn't the only time we saw his ruthlessness, because then his chronic bullying ignites in the episode Death Punchies. This episode starts by showing how Mordecai would dominate Rigby with punches every time things went wrong. This made Rigby mad, and so he learned a karate called Death Kwon Do, just to beat Mordecai. But unlike Rigby, Mordecai secretly trains too. And when the two faced off, Mordecai blocked Rigby while provoking him to go all out. Just like that, the fight continued, leaving half the park destroyed.
Are you finished yet?
Not until I smash you!
However, things took a turn for the worse as lava started erupting from the ground, threatening to burn them both in the end. And just when they were almost burned, Mordecai finally set his ego aside and admitted his fault, just to survive.
Ah! You got me. You got me. Oh, you got me. You win. We have to stop now because I lost.
I told you I was gonna win! In your face!
Even though they finally survived, one thing was clear. This situation would never have happened if Mordecai had set his ego aside and apologized to Rigby from the beginning. Honestly, good on him for actually saving their lives though. This episode was one of the best for its story, with a rating of 8.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Fans also seemed to enjoy it, and of course they labeled him a psycho too, saying, "Bullies for fun, then nearly kills. Long game psycho. That near murder chills the park, but abandonment scorches the highway in Laundry Woes of Season 5. Freshly dumped, Mordecai became very depressed. Just after Margaret left, Mordecai began to miss her, seeing her reflection everywhere he went. It went even further when Mordecai found Margaret's sweater and wanted to return it to her in person instead of just mailing it. As a result, Mordecai drove for 20 full hours, nearly getting himself and Rigby killed when he went off track, all to fulfill his obsession.
The road! Dude, what the heck? Have you been driving all night? You look awful.
It's fine. It's fine. I just gotta get the sweater to Margaret. Almost there.
Fine? Fine? Not fine. Not fine, not fine. You've been driving all this time. Your eyes, they must be blind.
But things got even crazier when Rigby tried to hold him back, and Mordecai literally left Rigby on the side of the road while continuing to drive to Margaret.
I am your friend. You'd realize that if you weren't such a sad sack chump.
That's it.
Aw, man.
Stupid Rigby. Why can't you just back me up?
But apart from being his best buddy, Mordecai doesn't look back at all, which honestly felt really strange. His odd behavior made the episode earn a decent 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb, and rightfully so. Fans didn't like his approach, saying he just ditches his only friend on the interstate. Selfish psycho. But he didn't just ditch Rigby. Mordecai was also seen dumping CJ, mind you, at a wedding, who loved him more than herself, in the episode Dumped at the Altar. Muscle Man's wedding starts, and CJ and Margaret are both there. Mordecai's gut feels all mixed up, and so he remembers Muscle Man's dad's letter, "Trust your gut." So he grabs the mic during the ceremony, rants about soulmates, and waffles in front of everyone.
It's like they were designed for each other. So where's my soulmate? Are they in this room? It could be anyone. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's that really old lady. I don't know.
Why are you talking?
Oh, right. My point is, I don't know if there's one perfect person out there for me, but I know that for a long time I've been ignoring my gut.
This incident breaks CJ's heart right in front of probably 200 guests, and she runs away bawling. Just like that, Mordecai ruined a completely healthy long-term relationship with his uncontrolled actions in the end. Not gonna lie, this episode was one of the saddest, with an overall 8.1 out of 10 online rating. People online did not like it at all, with one of them saying he's one bad day away from villain status in the end. Listen to this kid, he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, without more being said, keep watching the regular recap. Subscribe.